Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So, like our very powerful prodigy kids, they definitely will take over everything if they're allowed to, and as we're watching right now, they are living up to that exact sentiment that they told us they were going to do if things started going, south, if things started turning for the worse. I definitely saw these guys stepping up and smashing anybody that gets in their way. So now that it's pretty much happening, it's safe to say they weren't lying about, how capable or how quickly things will be handled. Not only did we see them pretty much cause a revolution, or not cause a revolution, but lead a revolution that was 110% successful, they then go and show us, oh, we're not done. Like, we just did that because we wanted one of our friends back. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna just go ahead and smash you in any way, shape, or form and crush your spirits, absolutely destroy any other people that try to come through and try to, change any type of storytelling aspect, which I can't wait to see who they are like referring to as the king of this place was not that phased and thinking that, more people are just going to come and pretty much do the thing that he couldn't do, which is finish them off and destroy them and stuff like that. So it's interesting in that regard that he's already kind of jumping to that conclusion and just being like, well, if I gotta do it, I'm gonna do it. And if you guys are in the way, you guys are the perfect people to start it on. And for this king, who, or emperor, whatever you want to call it, lord, whatever you want to call him, he definitely got what was coming to him, which I was pretty happy about to see. No one really gets off that easy in this show, which they shouldn't. Like, one thing for sure is there's a lot more blood and stuff that I intended for this type of show, for the seven heroes that are on the stage, that have been summoned. We barely get a little glimpse of what that actually might be about until it's like automatically snuffed away and just kind of like swept under the rug, which kind of sucked, but at the same time it makes sense because I don't want them to even like figure out what's going on with that within these couple of episodes, right? I want to see that build up maybe within a whole nother season of watching to be able to get to that far of the conclusion of that story, so if they don't, this is the thing where I'm always saying there's a chance that things just might not go that well, and because of that, you always got to be skeptical of what you're getting compared to, like what you're seeing. And at this point, it just feels like they're definitely, baiting us into feeling like, oh, you guys are definitely going to see this and this, but it just all depends on how it's going to be shown. Like, they were right about, there had to be a reason for them being summoned here, then quickly finding that, they're summoned to be here for the case of destroying a dragon that is consuming, like the world and stuff like that. So there's your main cause and effect of why they're there. But at the same time, the person who has, who has asked them to do this is in no shape or form capable of telling them the full story, capable of telling them everything they need to know just before things pop off any further. And because of that, it kind of sucks because we can just imagine that learning a little bit more information and what they could do as a whole would definitely have bettered their chances. But overall, I want to hear what you guys are thinking about this week. Not only have we seen some interesting, ways of them having to take it to the government and absolutely just show them that, regardless of what you're doing, you come and take one of our own, we will retaliate. And when we retaliate, we have things you can't even scratch, right? Like the shields that are made out of, things that no one in their right minds in this world would even understand. And then on top of that, using them in very, very tactical ways that they've taken from, generations of battles. All that stuff is just a little bit of more reinsurance for them to do things correctly and absolutely stomp anybody that gets in their way. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. We'll definitely be getting some interesting shows, I feel like, as a whole, because as of now, anime and just all the shows in general lately have been showing off just, their storytelling aspects, and not only their storytelling aspects, but not really caring what, ratings supposedly are, if they're going to be rated R or, rated more mature ratings and stuff, because of what they're getting us in the gore aspect of the show. Like, they're showing a good amount of blood in this, which is surprising. Like I was saying, this show being something that feels more or less like a classic, oh, these guys are in another world and they gotta figure things out. Who would have guessed it? And then they figure things out, But to think that they took it to like bloody, and now they're even giving us the understanding that we could be seeing a a god that they're supposedly needing to summon to even help them understand, like they already have asked, like, what do you want from us in the case of how do we stop a dragon that can consume worlds? So it kind of puts into perspective how little of a feat that they just did. After they just do this, they're like, oh, we just got brought way back down to nothing, because guess what? We stopped one person from doing something bad to one of our friends, being selfish in that regard. But now we're learning that this whole entire world that you were just selfish in at this one act is ultimately about to be consumed and destroyed, which is the true reason why you're here. So if people die during your time of actually doing what you're supposed to be here for, the god who probably summoned you here would see it like necessary and worthy of, that sacrifice. So it's going to get really interesting, I feel it, and what's seeing a little glimpse of the god and what supposedly it can bring to the table overall. I want to see what you guys are feeling about the show, if it's something you might keep up with, or if it's something you might drop because you don't really care about the new interesting thing, or not interesting if you don't care for it, but the new things that are being dropped. So let me know. I can't wait to see what you guys are talking about in the comments or just over time. Take care, and I definitely want you guys to have a great day, night, evening, whatever the case you may be when you're watching this, and talk to you in the next one. I am your boy, the Anime G, and peace.